Welcome everyone to the show. I'm just waiting for a few people to get in here that just watched the movie. It was 7 miles below the ocean. It was under there for like 40, 41 days. Crazy things started happening. We're going to talk about the movie in a minute. Just waiting for everybody to get in here. So hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Red Squid, Misael, Raul, where y'all at? Let's get it. Chris, peace. Red Squid in the building. Go ahead and hit the link up at the top. Yo, the show is about to get real interesting. Very, very interesting. We just got done watching a movie in the back chat, or as they call it on here, the studio. We was watching a movie in the back of the studio. We checked out Underwater. They were 7 miles below the ocean surface. They were down there for like 40, 41 days. Crazy shit started happening. We're gonna build on it. Red Squid in the building. Peace, brother.
What's up with you, homie?
Nothing much, man. So this movie was wild, man. And it kind of remind you of some other movies, you know. That little aspect. I mean, because if you was just coming in the middle of the movie, not understanding where they are, what's going on, you would assume they were in space or something, you know. You would assume that it's a science fiction movie till you see all the water start to be about everywhere. But overall,
Yeah.
but an overall rating of this movie, far as just the suspense factor and everything that came along with the movie, my rating I would give it on a scale from 1 to 10. I would give this movie a 8, a low 8, because I wanted to see some more things, you know. But I ain't gonna lie, that badass moment at the end, that was something.
You know what? And I agree with you on the low eight tip. You know what I mean? Like, typically, you want to see more of a movie. You want to see more monster features and shit. But I think that the implications alone weigh so heavily for me in a movie like this that it's a precursor to another movie. It got to be. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that it has to be Underwater Part 2, but it's just exciting to see that Hollywood is interested in playing with this Cthulhu mythos type concept. So if I don't give it a 7.5, it would be a low eight. You know what I mean? I'll say 7.5, 8 up in that area.
Yeah, yeah. So
And we might be too nice, really, but
that's what I said. Yeah, it could get a 7.5, but I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt just because of how it ended. You know, I thought all of them was goddamn gonna get away scot free. How the way it was building up to, you know what I mean? But old girl was like, nah, and she's smart as hell. Like she was the smartest one in the crew. It's like, nah, fuck that. Y'all get up there.
so did you notice how these things was like coming from the big monster? Like they was
Yeah,
like they was its seedlings and shit.
and it was like they had flesh.
Yeah. There was one scene where real quickly it shows like a bunch of big ass tentacles in the mix. Just like lined up like they was on a wall or something. And when you see the monster, even though it got a big ugly face and a big mouth, it do show these tentacles. Like when it looked like it had a humanoid body, like kind of like them little monsters and shit. They kind of had two arms and shit.
Yeah, and then the lady touched it and said it felt just like a hand, but it was slimy, and that shit was wild.
Oh yeah, it did have a hand. Yep.
But the hand was like a tentacle though. And then so it was an earthquake that happened at the beginning and caused all these unfortunate events throughout the movie.
Well, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that?
Because I was thinking at first maybe it was a malfunction on the little base or wherever they was at. Because I was how the hell they build it down there without bothering or disturbing them things that came there. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, oh, okay, it was something they built and dropped down. You know, I had a lot of questions just like coming into them. Okay, this is underwater, 7 miles below. How did it get here? Did they drop it here? Because you know they wouldn't build it there. You know, so did they piece it together and didn't disturb them things that were there? Let's call them the things that they didn't disturb the things down there much to where when they did get down there, it was down there for 40 days. So maybe the things caught a scent of them or something. I don't know. What's your thoughts, brother, on the
You know, I
movie?
think that yeah, I think that they might have been down there for 40 days. But that facility that she blew everything up from, that shit had to be down there for a minute. That bitch was huge. That shit looked like some space Star Wars type shit.
I'm still here, brother. But yeah, man, that part right there just
Oh, all right.
yeah, tripped me the fuck out. What parts of the movie stood out to you?
Well,
I know you
to
said
get back to what you were saying, I think that it could have been the earthquake. They could have released the Kraken by mistake, and so they did all that drilling and shit.
or you think that's what
Yeah,
that monster could have
they
been?
might have like it came up out that drilling, whatever the fuck. They might have popped the air pocket or a hole or something, and that motherfucker came up out of there.
Yeah. But see, like how that base had been there for I'm still stuck on that base being down there. And they never noticed no other creatures down there. And my thing is in the movie, did they say what they was going down there for? Or what kind of research they were doing?
Yeah, I think it was an oil. They were drilling for oil and shit. So all that shit was like an oil drilling situation going on.
Man,
And you know when them motherfuckers drill for oil, they be cracking into shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing, you know what I mean? So all that shit could work into the whole earthquake. Like they say it's an earthquake, but after that earthquake, the monsters was let loose.
Maybe that was that the giant monster. Maybe that's what that was. Miss Al, I see you, brother. Welcome to the show. You
Peace,
know,
y'all.
maybe it was that giant monster, and maybe it came out wherever it was, and it caused that big ass disturbance to affect the base.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, because it couldn't have been a base malfunction, because that's what I had thought at first too when I started saying the explosions.
You guys saw it from the beginning?
Yeah.
Because I didn't get the beginning. It was already started when I started watching it.
Yeah,
So it
you
was like,
started. I know where you started too, because I started on the link on my phone, and that shit started when they was already.
yeah, already
It,
down in the deep.
yeah, so what you missed, Miss IL, was just the implosion of a facility that was in already, and so they had just escaped that shit. So
Like
that was,
like Fukushima.
yeah, I guess something like that. So one thing I did notice in the beginning, she was brushing her teeth and shit, and she was just walking along the little corridors, and she went to the bathroom, and there was a spider in her sink.
Oh yeah, at the beginning of the movie, I remember that. And she looked in the sink. Goddamn spiders everywhere. That's wild, right? All the way up, down there underwater. It's a fucking spider.
Right, and that's some telltale shit. So
Yeah.
you got the
They meant to
spider
put
up,
that in there. They put that in there for a reason.
right? Because it tied. You know, man, it's crazy, yo. Yeah, that's a symbolism. That little spider, random spider and shit. And then you got the Asian chick. She survived, and she
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean. You got a higher ranking, or at least you got the significant Asian role in there. And then it's the woman role. So it's like a woman hero shit, kind of like Aliens with Sigourney Weaver.
Yes, and that's what I was thinking when I seen the creature. And she touched it and that motherfucker jumped. I'm like, oh man, this gonna be like some aliens type shit. You know, but they didn't impregnate her and she spread it to, but ain't none of that shit happened. But it's so much she reminds me. The lady Kristen Stewart. She reminds you of Sigourney Weaver character, the mother in Aliens. She does.
It's always a female playing the main character, huh?
I
Well,
mean, yeah, well, yeah. That's what they
When it
trying to
comes to
do.
aliens, yeah. When it comes to aliens and stuff like that, it's always a
Yeah,
female.
but
I'm
I
not.
think a
with a
lead.
shaved head.
It would have been just about the same with a male in this movie. I think.
Yeah,
I don't think it would have been a difference as far as the character. It was a smart character that know how they way around the whole facility. They know how to hack into the shit, get in and out. It could have just been a guy too that played her role, but she did it good. Uh, Before you came in, Miss L, we rated the movie on a scale from 1 to 10, and we
okay.
settled on at first we was with 8, but we're gonna settle on a 7.5 because we thought we was being generous giving it an 8 because it was more to it. But that badass scene at the end, what I said, gave it the 8.
Yeah, I was also rating it between a 7 and a 8. That's what's up.
You're not backstage. If you want to come in, man. The link at the top.
So you get a real good look at that thing at the last second when it blow up, and it looked like the monster was trying to run away and shit, like it knew what was about to happen. And you can clearly see it had 2 arms, a head, and tentacles for a face and shit, or around the face area. So they clearly was playing on the Cthulhu tip,
Yeah,
and I would be disappointed if they come up with a Cthulhu movie where you see the face like Godzilla, and it don't look like some of these badass Cthulhu pictures you can find on Google. You know what I'm saying?
You mean like you look more hideous?
No, I mean badass shit. I mean, like, god
Oh,
damn, this
okay.
shit look cool.
Like Predator type of badass.
I'm gonna bring one up. I'm gonna bring one up.
Yeah, so I missed the beginning. Damn.
So how much
But
did you catch, Miss L? You didn't watch it on
well,
your phone, brother?
yeah, I was watching on my phone and well, I cast it on my TV. I was watching on my TV, but it was already when they're already down and deep, and they were going before they hit the floor. That's when I started watching. That's where I started watching it.
Oh well, yeah. You
Yeah,
know that link I
yeah,
sent you,
you
man.
ain't missed it.
Yeah. The link I sent you, man. You can download it to your device and actually watch it.
Well, that's what I did first. I downloaded it. Oh no, but I played it. I played it off the stream, off the link share.
Oh,
I didn't.
oh, okay.
I didn't play the download. That's what part of what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play the download. You'll get.
Ah. Okay. I got you.
Yeah. You can go to your gallery and the video will be there. But man, face plant. Why he leave? That was odd.
Because he said leave me backstage, so I don't understand what that means.
Oh,
I don't understand why. Come back in if he's listening.
yeah.
Anyways,
Man, there's so much to say about this movie. I'll let one of you brothers go first. I got something in a fryer. Let me go check on it.
I'm bringing up this picture that I think is pretty cool.
Let me know when you got the picture up and I'll share it.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Yeah.
well, I want to reiterate what she said at the end, the quote, which applies to anybody and everybody. So let me read that again, quote unquote. She said, "There are things that will happen that'll make you feel powerless, make you feel insignificant. But that's it. They are just feelings. Sometimes we have to stop feeling and start doing." I thought that was very powerful, what she said. What do you think, Lindsay?
Yes, I liked it, that part. Red Squid, I'm sharing your screen now.
All right.
And that really meant something, you know. And then it was the end of the movie. So it's like they put it in the right. Oh man, that kind of looks like it, but it had pale skin. Hold on.
The little ones had pale skin, but you know they
Yeah.
was kind of like its little spermlings or something, because it was a scene where toward the end where they were all coming from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they was coming out of its
Yeah.
body or some shit.
Yeah, they showed it on the radar and it looked like they was getting flooded by them shits.
Yeah, right. And so check this out. When I was doing when I was just basing off ideas off of what I seen in cave paintings, I said before, it seemed like these like the little skeets, right? These little things they issue out from this thing, and they jump on people and wrap them up and cocoon them. And when I seen this shit in the movie where these little versions of skeets was just coming from it, and it lead into that radar where you see a whole bunch of them. They was like sperm cells and shit. You know what I mean? How they race to the egg. So it was like, damn, man, I might be on. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit lines up with what I determined off cave paintings, yo. And I thought that was cool.
Damn, that picture's like on the money. But he did open up his mouth like wide that he swallows it.
And,
Swallow
and you know
whole.
what else it reminds? And you know what else it reminds me of? And I'm just throwing it out there because I'm thinking of it. But y'all know in Dragon Ball Z, right? Y'all know the last saga was the Cell saga. And if you know anything, it was Cell. He went around uh sucking up the androids. And Cell, he actually through his little suction thing, he would shoot out little mini versions of him, but they would be blue. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Y'all
really?
y'all watched Dragon Ball Z
I ain't see
before?
that.
I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen that one. I stopped watching it like a
Yeah,
while
yeah,
ago.
but yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
look into it.
last it's the last saga of Dragon Ball Z. And Cell actually
I also looked like Davy
um
Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah, but that's what I thought of. I thought of Cell.
So those little things was like it's little babies and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, bomb rush and trying to feed.
so in this picture that I put up, if you look down by the by the right, you see it's a little person there holding a flare or something in their hand. So it's looking at a little person and shit. Well, a person standing there.
You're right. It does look like Cell. I just googled the images right now.
So there was another scene in the movie that would relate to H.P. Lovecraft's stories pertaining to the Cthulhu and uh, the underwater situation. So it is said that um, the voice in one's head caused them to go mad or caused them to go into the water and go like answering the call of Cthulhu, right? And it's like there was a scene where the lady, the main character, found the other chick, the Asian chick, and she was wandering, and she was acting like she just wanted to walk. Remember, she said she just want to walk and go
Yes, that's right.
because she was going mad because of the voice in her head or the way her mental state.
Ah, good
And
catch.
yeah, so that's just like these Cthulhu concepts, these H.P. Lovecraft stories always got somebody going crazy. This voice in their head call them to basically drown themselves. And I had just did some shit talking about. There's a video out there called uh, "People from Another Dimension," and in that footage, these people emerge halfway out of the water, and the man who saw it went in after them and never resurfaced. So it's creepy. It's creepy, very creepy. But that sound they used for this monster when it was making these dinosaur type screeches and shit, like that is exactly how I envisioned the sound you would make from Cthulhu. That it would be made from Cthulhu, sounding like a trumpet, like a real loud trumpet sound. Word up. Anybody there?
Yeah, we here, brother.
Yeah, we're here.
All right.
Naughty, all you gotta do, Naughty, is click on the StreamYard link that's at the top to join in, Naughty. Naughty say send the link. So I'm thinking that's what he mean, right? You're talking about the
Yeah, I
link.
think so.
Oh, yeah. But man, this is a very intriguing show. We got to do more shows like this when we actually watch a movie together and then we review that shit. And the time it took to get to the bottom, all that shit they did, an experience.
Now,
So
I have a question.
it's like them things are free falling and floating, like, because you gotta understand, to be that deep in the ocean and that low, you gotta have some type, because that's like what they call them vampire fishes. The fish look like a piranha with a little tentacle that's a little light, things like
Yeah.
that be down there because they can take that pressure. But to
What's
have
crazy,
something that's
what's crazy is the visibility when you're
yes,
down there. It's like, man, you don't know what could just show up in your
I
face.
mean, I
I
mean,
don't
because it has no. Oh, the link to the movie, Nadi, you missed it. We sent the link in the last show, man.
know. Yeah.
We actually watched it backstage in the studio.
Oh, if you come up, we could give you. Well, it's already over, right? Because it's a time limit.
Yeah, it's over with now, but I can still like replay it. It's on my laptop now. But dang,
Yeah.
Nadi, you missed it.
I think that Hollywood is going to, they done dove into comic book universes, DC universe.
Yeah.
Yo, Cloverfield. That's what this is kind of like.
Oh
They,
yeah,
Cloverfield. Them
that's the
things.
one.
That's what
Uh,
they were like. They were like the things from Cloverfield.
you
Oh shit,
right.
that's
I
what
was
it
just,
was.
I was on a click on my tongue, and you just said it. You just said it.
I,
It was,
I,
a,
was-
it
I
was
was
like,
I was thinking of that the whole time. This remind me of some movie with some goddamn shits.
yeah,
Cloverfield. That's what it is.
Cloverfield.
Maybe this might have some connection to Cloverfield. Because remember, if you look it up, the Japanese, they did like little short movies and like little short stories about like slushies and stuff. They'll go down there and get the slushies from the giant beast that's underwater, and they it looks like they're digging for oil, but they really got it on the backs of the monsters drilling them, and they actually woke up a baby, and that's how it all started. Because the stuff they would get, the juice or whatever, they would sell it and then make people feel happy and good and all that types of things. That's why they would put it in slushies, and they had like the little slushies, and they actually made references to it in all the Cloverfield movies.
You know, if we could do another review, I don't know. I'm not trying to like change the topic or anything, but since we're talking about movies, the coronavirus that reminds me of that movie I Am Legend with Will Smith.
Oh man, it reminds me of Contagion. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or
But you know,
Outbreak?
because the city where Will Smith was at was already quarantined. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So because there was a plague or some virus, remember? But see, this virus was changing the human to some type of mutated. I don't know, human or
And that's
mutated.
what they looked like in this movie. They looked like mutated humans. They
Yeah,
I
looked
think
like humans that have been living underwater.
yeah, and you know what? That's what's so ill about this concept, because it's like, if this concept of Cthulhu is real, right, then it's possibly one of the oldest creatures in the earth, period. And the seedlings that come from it is probably done mutated or been able to mix in with certain types of life forms and shit. Like, I got a picture of this tall, pale, giant being that looks like it has a Cthulhu face. And then I got some Mayan artifact that show you a Cthulhu face. Like, you remember the movie District 9?
yeah, I remember that.
Yes,
And
I do. With the
and
aliens, they gave them like their own little spot. Yeah, it was like their
and
little
guess what?
spot, but it was like a little mini city for them. Yeah, in South
Then
Africa.
that shit was funny as fuck though.
No,
But for
no,
real,
and that reminds me of Elysium. Like I feel like them movies should be in like the same movie universe.
But didn't all those movies came out at the same time,
Yeah,
right?
well, nah, Elysium came out after District 9, I
Oh
think.
yeah, yeah. But I'm talking about like that one and other movies.
within our lifespan, yes, they have.
Interesting.
Yo, the little aliens off District 9 had the Cthulhu face. But they was like bugs, and what they did was they threw in that black goo reference because when that black goo sprayed on his face, he started to turn into one of them motherfuckers. And guess what they was doing? They was drilling for oil, which is kind of like black goo. You know what
Oh.
I'm saying? Like, remember Beverly Hillbillies? That
Yeah.
motherfucker was shooting at some squirrels, and he shot the ground, and oil popped up. Now you know that shit don't never even happen like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there is tying you into how this black goo, you got reference to Satan or evil, because now these motherfuckers done moved on up and went to Beverly Hills because he involved himself with that black goo shit, but really it was oil. And who's to say what oil can do for real? We don't know what oil is. We just know that they say that you use this shit for this and that. But I don't, what they say, that shit is bacteria, that's dead animals, that shit,
Fossil fuel.
fossil fuel. Like, what the fuck is a fossil fuel?
Right.
They could be
And
lying about that altogether.
hey, how do you refine oil?
Refine it. The fuck? I don't know, man.
But
But
that's what they do. That's how we get gas here to put in our
if we,
cars.
yeah, and we burn, and what they do? They combust that shit, they burn it, and the exhaust go into the atmosphere.
Ah.
So oil, the use of oil for fire and flame to make smoke could be just releasing demon heaven and shit up in that motherfucker.
Ah. That makes sense.
Who knows what we could do if we just drank a cup of oil? That shit, it come from the earth now, right? Anything else we see come from the earth, we would be like, eat it.
Hey, do you have any more pics of Cthulhu? It's an interesting character.
All of it.
Oh, okay. But they're interesting. Like this one has wings. It looks like it has wings. Like it's a fallen angel or something.
Yeah, Cthulhu. Right, Cthulhu's supposed to have wings, and so those characters you see, these little skeets, they had arms that looked like they was wings too, kind of. But there was, and they also was hanging upside down like bats.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is the voice. This is the Satan that's in the earth type shit. And Satan, but it's a type of old spirit that is communicatable. And its seeds is possibly, you know what I mean? They just, I'm pretty sure that those motherfuckers that come from the bottom of the earth, they most likely is seedlings from this situation. But that's getting kind of science fiction-y though. I don't want to get spooky with it. So they got yo right here looking like the Baphomet. And Plant Face never failed to mention the relationship between this cat and Zoidberg off of Futurama and shit.
Oh, that's right. That's right, dude.
Hey, and looking at this image, the creatures they kind of looked it like that, but they didn't have no legs. It was like their body was like a snake body, but they had arms and tentacles in the head, but they didn't have no fucking legs. When they laid that little thing down, when the dude shot it, it was like, oh, I'm gonna name it. That shit didn't have no legs.
Right.
Or did I miss it?
No, they ain't have no legs. They was kind of built like them motherfucking creatures off of Riddick, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they had legs. They had like a tail body with two arms and shit. So, you know, that's the confusing part that I have with the whole Leviathan thing. Like, the Leviathan is mentioned in the book of Job, and the way it's mentioned is that no man can kill it. That only God can kill the Leviathan. But the image and the visions I've seen, the concepts I've seen, or the ideas that I align myself with for the most part is that it's deep under the ground. So it's like you got this concept where it come from the bottom of the ocean. Like the Japanese, they believe that there's a dragon king that lives at the bottom of the ocean. And when you see this type of shit, you see that it's in the deep ocean and shit. But like the concepts that I'm familiar with, it's like this thing lives at the bottom of the earth. Now that don't mean that it can't fuck around in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that if it come from underneath the ground, the ocean is one place it'd have to go through to get to where we are if it was on that path.
Like it was something that was bred down there, you know? It was something that was able to sustain life and well-being to live down there.
Hey, yo,
And I'm thinking maybe the big one moves slow and they just relied on getting food from the little ones, you know? And maybe that's what they saw in them humans that was in that facility underwater.
That's true, yeah. Like Kronos was eating his own kids.
So you know they like, damn, they wait for the shit to fall to the bottom. And you got some whole live shit that's already at the bottom. And all you gotta do is get it. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, I don't know how I should think about this. Like the ocean bottom is filled with hella pressure, and it's like to go from the ocean bottom through a tunnel or some opening, that shit will lead you to more parts of the inner earth that has to be connected with ocean.
Facts. That's why I said it was like them creatures down there, the way they move, it was like the pressure of the ocean wasn't shit to them. You know what I mean? Imagine them at the top. Them motherfuckers will be jumping around like fucking Superman.
So when you go down deep in the ocean, typically nature that live down there, they can't survive in our air pressure. So this will bring about the possibility that this thing, if it does exist, if it should exist, would have the ability to not only survive the different pressures and temperature of the earth, but also change its genetics so its seedlings can also do the same. And I hate to be sounding like a Cthulhu expert, but I just feel like this is such a topic that is close to me in my
Yes,
theory
I mean yes. I mean there's that
It is.
the most remote place on earth is a small little landmass, but it would take weeks and all that shit to get to it from any other continent in the world unless you fly to it, and that would take quite a bit. But they say that's a monster, and I think the monster you're naming is actually there. You know, the stories of it, the Kraken and all this and that. It's so secluded out there. Matter of fact,
Uh-huh.
let me Google that right now. Tell me the most remote place on Earth.
It would be Rapa Nui in the
It's
in the
Tristan
Pacific.
Tristan da Cunha. That's the place right there where they say that the monster you're naming is at.
Really?
Is that in the Pacific?
It's a yeah. No, it's in the Atlantic, I believe.
I think it's been in between South America and Africa. Is it?
Yeah. It's
Well, that's near
it's
the
actually
Bermuda
it's
Triangle. There.
actually 2,816 kilometers away from South Africa. The population is 275. It's called Tristan da Cunha.
When I typed in the movie underwater movie monster, it
Yeah.
shows names like Chlorophyll, Cthulhu, Shape of
See,
Water,
it's old Cloverfield.
Leviathan,
Oh,
La- that's Leviathan, Alien.
yeah, Leviathan,
It
all that.
says Kaiju, Godzilla.
Yo,
Yeah,
that monster probably is in the ocean. I could see something like that in the ocean.
yeah. But yeah, it does have that reference to Chlorophyll and Shape of Water. The movie is Shape of Water.
What you think, Red?
And what's the movie Godzilla with it was King, where it had all them different type of monsters and shit? There
The latest one?
got it was so weakened and shit that it was about to die generating, and it went to a temple deep underwater,
Which one's funny? You'll never. Okay, help me
like
out.
a
Would you want
submerged
this?
temple.
Exploring and find all of these portals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 more portals. You gotta keep explaining. Well, I think the first one's at the top of that mountain. Can we just
Yeah, and see, look at that thing right there.
Yeah. It got oxygen evaporating weapon, and it
It
went
kind of looked like you remember when it
underwater
opened
to
up.
a temple where it was getting energy from.
Mm.
And H.P. Lovecraft got a story called The Temple.
The face of Chlorophyll, the beast. It looks like a locust.
I'm trying to find some interesting.
okay?
So, what was you all favorite part of the movie?
Mine, the very end.
This is mostly H.P. Lovecraft's information, just not in a thing. Shit, that's you see that stuff. Thing that saw tentacles. That was cool.
I ain't gonna lie, my favorite part was the beginning when that shit started happening. And then she had to crawl through that shit with the guy, and it was like, yo, they had to close the door on that one guy, and it was like, damn, shit done got real.
I thought the other dude, the captain, died, and when there was too much pressure. Remember when she let him go, or he let her go?
Yeah.
It looked like he blew up or something. But how did he come out after that?
Nah, he did die. He got through his suit. That dude.
No, not that dude. The other guy, the one that was when they were both falling, and they had to let it go because too much pressure, right? You know how it was doing a countdown.
Yeah.
So how did that guy survive, and then didn't come up in the cubicle when there was three left and one was malfunctioning, one was defective.
And I was thinking, why didn't she save herself, or maybe when you get inside the pod and didn't have no emergency latch like that you could lift to shoot up. Maybe you had to be outside the pods to shoot a pod up. Maybe that's why I'm thinking she stayed behind because she knew that. But I was still trying to figure that out. Like, why didn't you save yourself? So maybe the
Because
pod
like you said,
released manually.
remember like what she said, like sometimes you gotta stop feeling and do. So that's what she did. She stopped feeling and let them go.
You wanted to kill them motherfuckers because they done killed everybody.
Yeah. So that's what she wanted to do.
So she
Like,
took
I was
herself
thinking,
out to kill
why
all
didn't
them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
By the way, where's the rest of
to
them?
everyone that's watching in the chat, if y'all seen the movie or y'all have seen the movie, what's y'all opinions on it?
Okay, we can do this.
And another thing I noticed that the sense of time that was on Earth was different down there, you know. Like they said they couldn't, like the girl said, she said at the beginning, and she said it at the end too. Like she couldn't really tell the sense of time or how long they've been down there because it seemed like it's always night, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. That's crazy. I wouldn't do no job like they have to pay me a million
I'm
a
trying
pop
to
for that.
tell you,
Right.
man.
She said something like you lose sense of time in the dark,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, sense of time. That's what she lost.
Yeah.
All of
You lose sense of time in the dark to light shit up. And that's when she fucking blew everything up.
them. And she said that at the beginning too, like she was down.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I gotta watch the beginning again, man. I gotta watch the beginning. I missed a good part, a good chunk.
and to think that happened to them, so it must have been like an experimental expedition project type thing, you know, like let's see how this plays out if we want to send more people down, you know. I mean, for a
Well,
facility that big to have just like how many people did they have on there? Oh, they had about what a good 8, 10 people, if that. And would think something that big would have more people down there doing research. I mean, just looking at it from a logical standpoint, if it was to happen in reality beyond Hollywood. What you think, Red? What you think, Miss L? Face plant, you can talk too, brother. But I'll yield back. Mute my mic.
Well, I mean, I like the movie. I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again. But yeah, but it's crazy how this also ties into everything was that Red was saying about Cthulhu and life, and this is crazy. It's like they're giving us the truth in plain sight.
I ain't fucking with no ocean water, man. I don't care what nobody say. I don't give a fuck. Like, them motherfuckers better be down. They gonna stay down that bitch.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not going in the ocean. Fuck
Hey,
that.
hey, Red, let's go deep, deeper dive at the ocean. Let's
Yeah,
go
I ain't.
find ancient civilizations buried underwater.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna be
see,
right
that's
on the
something they
dock.
ran
Watch.
into by accident. You know, they doing research and doing what they got to do down there, and then look what happens. I run into some shit like this.
I'll let them do
You start thinking, what I
it.
sign up for?
Yeah, yeah. I'll let them do it. You guys go ahead. Go in there.
So I got a picture, right, of what they call a sea demon or a sea devil,
Yeah.
and this came from out like the early days, early 1600, 1300 type illustration. But like when you see this shit, you're gonna be like, you're gonna see so many references in the body type of this motherfucker that remind you of the creatures that we just saw, the little
Oh,
skeets and
yeah.
shit.
That's some crazy ass fish.
I'm sharing my screen.
All right, brother. I'm popping it up once you share it. There we go.
So is it possible that what they were depicting as the skeets of
Oh,
Cthulhu to be sea devils?
Oh, that looks just like them.
yeah. Damn.
That's it right there.
And
Without the
Red Spit's
tentacles.
voice. Damn.
That's it without the tentacles. Oh, maybe them horns can be tentacles,
You
but
know,
they didn't know how to depict it, so they made it like horns. Hmm.
right? Here go another one. So you remember their arms was like little was like wings, like Cloverfield's arms. They kind of showing that shit here with little fins on that shit, kind of look like wings. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm certain of. I'm certain that the spirit realm operating within the ocean water or lakes, period, water bodies of water, period, is made way more stronger than the shit we see on the surface. So I'm not certain if these are spiritual demon beings that people see and call them mermaids and shit like that. But I'm willing to put some money on the fact that that's what it is. Because you never see one. Have you ever seen this footage of these foreign people was fishing and they caught something in their fishing net and that motherfucker reached his hand out?
Yeah, I saw that.
That shit was scary as a bitch, yo. And I'm talking about they dropped the net.
Yeah, that was that one documentary of mermaids.
Yeah, it was. It was on there. That shit is out there by itself too now. But that mermaid shit, that mermaid documentary was interesting. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was interesting because they even Remember the one that showed with the little kid that recorded on his cell phone, but then the FBI or the CIA, whoever went there, never thought about getting that phone.
Mm-hmm.
How it showed a recording, how it moved when it got close to it.
Mm-hmm. See, but this is the thing. I don't think that these things is. I don't want to say they natural though, yo. I want to say that somewhere in the ancient past, we made mutants that was able to do that. And I want to leave it there. I don't want to like in that documentary of mermaids, there was like monkeys kept going in the ocean until they start holding their breath for so long till they start turning into a fucking fish and shit. So they gave a whole evolutionary timeline to how there's humanoids underwater talking about there was monkeys first. And they just kept getting in the ocean. I was like, all right, that shit don't make sense.
Don't the
So I think
Sumerian has a depiction or something like that similar?
say that again.
Don't the Sumerians have a depiction something like that in their walls with the fish
Yeah.
body and the you know?
Yes, they do.
I just thought
Them
about
and
that.
the dog. You ain't lying. Them and the dog on these fish
Yeah.
people.
I just
Remember
remember.
the Pope hat is supposed to be a guy.
That's right.
So it's like, listen, if these motherfuckers is fishes, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers would get the fuck out of here with that dumb shit.
Did the Hindus also have one, a depiction like that? The Hindus? I'm trying to remember.
They do. Where it has like they call it a naga, but it'd be like the bottom half was eaten by a fish. You know what I'm saying?
I can't remember who else had depictions.
The Eskimo believe in mermaids, and they don't got no reason to lie at all.
That's true.
These are water demons, yo.
Aren't there cave paintings also?
Yes. I'm not sure if they made that just for the motherfucking documentary though.
Oh, okay.
Because I ain't seen them bitches. Well, I did see them somewhere else, but I'm not sure if they. I'm gonna type in ancient. A theory that, or at least a tradition, merman skin, merman flesh. So maybe I'm just ignorant saying is mermaids.
Oh, check that out. If you type in ancient merman, some interesting pictures comes out. Oh, there goes the Sumerian one I was talking about.
So the Barno Monte map, it show interesting mermaids because those mermaids got two fish bodies for legs. It ain't just like the whole bottom half is a fish. They got two big ass thighs, basically, fish thighs and shit. Columbus said he saw mermaids. A mermaid from the Middle East. Motherfuckers done seen this shit, man. These had to be spirits, though, yo. I don't think there's a place where mermaids is just living. I think that this shit scared the shit out of people that saw. Like they spirits. Like seeing a ghost in the water. But according to these pictures, that ain't the truth at all. These motherfuckers existed. If these shits is real.
But if they have depictions from different ancient cultures, I mean, it should be considered. I mean, question is, do they still exist?
Well, if it's a cave painting, typically I would say that's all the proof you need if you could understand what the cave painting's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I'm trying to be cautious. I don't know how, but clearly it's showing you a goddamn group of motherfucking fishmen swimming with dolphins and shit. I don't know, man. Knowledge, you see this shit? I don't know, yeah. What would you have to do down there? You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it. What would you have to do down there? I don't see what they could be doing down there. I don't, you know what I mean?
But that's what I said. Now, that's why I said like they would wait for something to fall to the bottom of the ocean to where they could attack it or hunt it. You know what I'm saying? But knowing they got prey down there and they could probably sense it or smell it because ain't nothing else down there. And there's this big thing that done popped up out of nowhere. You know, they got that big one right there. And so that's why I say the big one sends out the little ones. And that's why when you look at a picture like this, it shows how they all spring out and search and scavenge. You know what I mean? And they eat and bring back to the big one. To the big one is being necessarily disturbed. That's how I'm taking it. I don't know. Maybe I could just be going over the top.
Type in.
Alone, but hey, that's what you
type
think.
in a Targatis. ATARGATIS.
I mean, because it looks like they done got spring from something in there, and they going out to scavenge or hunt for something, right? How they show
them?
Yeah, they got spears and shit. They got spears, so they hunt fish and shit like that. I just don't know what the fuck they doing. Like, where they go back to?
Maybe they just swim around in schools like fishes. I mean, because you got to think to live down there. So maybe they or maybe that thing is living like a giant crab, and those are its seedlings. You know, and you know a crab not gonna fucking move that much. It's just gonna sit there. I don't know. I'm just trying to understand it better. But it can make sense though. I mean, because you got a giant crab and it shoots all these little babies out of it, and the babies go get the food for it because it's so big it don't want to move unless it's being attacked. That's why that's why I said that when they was looking at the radar and it shows how they was all rushing at the end before she hit the button and blew all the shit up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was like they was out to get that goddamn last little motherfucker. They was gonna eat her ass.
Right.
You seen how she started seeing them hit against the glass and shit?
It was like they was sent to stop her from doing what she was doing because the monster was running away before that bitch blew up, and that motherfucking blast caught his ass.
They could sense it.
Right. He knew something was going on. And from Russia down to Africa to the Middle East to Japan to the Americas, testify about mermaids. All of them. And would the jump in the water and die? There's, I think, of some. I don't,
Tails look like they're arrows.
Rome. Oh my God!
Oh,
Here
there we go.
we go. Right here, this is the type of shit I'm looking for right here. Let me bring this shit up on the big
Oh
screen.
shit.
See, motherfuckers yo, I ain't gonna go for, you know what I mean? Like, listen, we ain't gonna go for the book. So where that picture at? Come on, boom. So this is to me. Let me read it. Let me look at it first, and like make sure, because off the rip, this could be an answer to the enigma. Okay, now. So typically when you see a motherfucker in a jar, it's a test tube, baby. It's a mononucleus. They test tube babies. It was created in a lab.
Oh.
And so unless this shit is talking about the earth shape of the earth, with the lotus, the little pineal gland, you see how it's a pineal type cone, whatever. Unless, I don't know if they talking that this is the earth and shit. But that would mean like these motherfuckers from underground or under deep and some shit like that. But if it's not, if I'm not reading into the shit too deep, then these motherfuckers come from a fucking jar. They come from a lab.
Remember, I was telling you about that old depiction with the thing that beached itself with a fish tail and a human face and a cow's body?
Not really.
No.
Say that again.
It was a picture of a giant creature that beached itself, and it had its cow's body, but with like a mermaid tail, and a bunch of teats and a bunch of little people sucking on its tits. It was like an old, I don't know, 500-year-old depiction. And it was really detailed, and it was huge, like it was as big as the town, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. I remember you saying.
So it's as if they're spawned underwater, and then just to come to shore to breed or something. Some relationship with those two plants on either side too. There's two caves and the plants above the two caves.
Mm-hmm.
Man, could y'all imagine just being in their shoes? What situations y'all would have did? And what's some things you would have did differently if you was stuck down there?
Suicide.
Like you were. Nah, it wouldn't be a suicide. You wouldn't have killed yourself.
No, I'm kidding. No.
What are you
Well-
gonna do? Drown yourself and shit? Hold your breath?
All right.
Okay, at the beginning, when they closed the door on the guy, I know Miss L, you say you didn't see it, but they closed the door on a person. Would you have wait for that person to get there while a big tidal wave is heading right behind them, or would you?
If it comes to my survival, yes.
I don't know. I probably would have tried too, but I would have been like, "Fuck it, close it," because you know if the pressure was so much, the door wouldn't close.
Right.
And Red Squid, what happened to the black guy?
Oh, that's a great question. I was waiting for him to die most of the movie and shit.
Yeah, and I didn't like. You just didn't see him no more. What the fuck happened to him?
What black guy?
That's the question I wanted to ask.
Yo,
There was a black guy in the movie.
It was a black
Because
guy?
when she shut the doors or the gates or whatever, it was a black guy that was there with her.
Yeah, yo. I don't know what happened to him. I think they
Yeah, I don't remember seeing what the hell happened to the black guy.
I think
What black guy?
they just forgot his ass or something.
Like ain't no way in hell we missed that. And I was saying the same thing when they was goddamn going deeper and deeper and deeper and like, man, where the black guy at?
I just forgot about him. He was edited out.
Yeah, it's like they just forgot about him.
He was
Did they kill
edited
him
out.
off and didn't show it, or what happened to the black
Some
guy?
parties there, they
I
won't
want to
catch
ask you
it.
that, Red, like, because I know
Nobody
you
will
was
catch
watching
it.
the movie.
Man, I was waiting. Oh, listen, if it wasn't for them people to die first, that you couldn't even see their face though. So when she closed the door, and so really I was waiting for something to happen to him because they do the Jurassic Park thing all the time where the black dude get killed first. You know what I'm saying? And so they do that like some movie ritual shit for real. It's always the black dude. He gonna get it first in the beginning of the movie. Like Jurassic Park. The motherfuckers is full of white people and shit, but the black dude was the first one to get his ass ate by a dinosaur. And that should tell you that you know it'd be shit like that tell you these motherfuckers eat black people, man. They eat melanin. And even in the movie, symbolically, they'll do that shit.
Damn.
So, and in this movie, this motherfucker just disappeared. I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
He was edited out because I didn't even know there was one.
Right. You ain't even see, Miss Al ain't even see the dude. So that means he died in between the time they got on the goddamn because they found the captain, they suited up, and then they automatically inside the motherfucking situation going down the elevator, and he not even there no more.
Yes, what happened to the black guy? Yeah.
They killed that dude in a new technological fashion. They just said, now you see him, now you don't.
Damn. Oh my
Wow.
God. There was one there, Mandela effect. No, there wasn't. Yes, there was. You got edited out. They won't notice.
You was scared as hell too.
That's crazy, yo. These motherfuckers can't even talk about Cthulhu without being racist, son of a bitch.
Right? Fucking motherfuckers.
Cthulhu don't even see this is the thing. Them creatures that come from Cthulhu is pale. They pale white. So them motherfuckers is like Cthulhu don't even like motherfuckers with melanin. You know what I mean? Like they're like, you know what I'm saying? Like this big ass monster, right?
Cthulhu's a racist. Cthulhu's a racist.
And he a monster. I'm just saying, yo, it's like, remember, did y'all see the build I had with Wisdom Seeker? Wisdom Seeker University?
No, I didn't see it.
This was I don't think I blocked that video.
Sure?
I might have had. I need to go check and unlock that.
I'm sure I've seen your videos.
It's like what he did was I was talking about Cthulhu, and Yo came in and he talked about the ammonite. The ammonite is a type of squid that is in a shell. And the thing is that the people that classify this squid as an ammonite, they must know the occultic link to that and what that would implicate, because there's a people called the Ammonites, right? And so the people called the Ammonites is linking them directly to a squid-faced motherfucker. And so this right here would bring us to the conclusion, or to the line of where the children of Satan really do come from Cthulhu, and they come from underground. The children of Cthulhu and shit. They would be these monstrous type motherfuckers. So it's like possibly instead of a tentacle face, they just got a tentacle nose.
I found that picture you have there.
And I don't mean a tentacle nose, I mean the big nose motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? The big nose motherfuckers and shit with the long nose and shit. That's like they tentacle. The Ammonites, they come from Ammon. They're children of Ammon. And if motherfuckers call a squid that lives in a shell an Ammonite, then what the fuck, man? They talking about Ammon, the devil, Cthulhu. That shit is heavy. I just revisited that whole conversation. Just
Hey, on the bottom of that picture, is that a snake? Can't see it because of the banner.
Oh no, there ain't no snake down there. No, there ain't no snake down there.
So what is that then?
What? There's nothing down there. That's just dirt. It's dirt. It's like just the foreground. I'm lifting it up right now.
That does not look like a snake to you.
Excuse me. Well, that could be a tentacle. You know, it could be a very vague way to throw a tentacle. It does look odd. It does go into the ocean. It does look like it's hanging out the ocean or the water.
Yeah.
That very well could be a goddamn tentacle. Interesting. Good eye. Good eye. Great eye, actually. So this is the thing. My assumptions about these seeds of Cthulhu, you could basically, they would be perfect for genetic manipulation, because all you would have to do is key in the animal or the type of structure you want, because it's already from Cthulhu's loins, who is the oldest animal on Earth and is therefore related to every animal that's in existence. So it's like looking at take a Cthulhu seed and then motherfucking keying in fish or bird. You got a real live fucking mute. Y'all remember Cobra Commander?
Yeah.
Ammonite. Now tell me his face don't look like Cthulhu face.
Mm. Yeah. Is that
And
glowing thing coming out of his mask? Like a tentacle?
that's how they stylized that mask. It looked like tentacles.
Mm.
They made him look like a Cthulhu for real.
Looks like a pan flute.
Yeah.
It looks just like.
Maybe it's
Man.
for making sound.
That's deep, right there. That picture.
Yep. Yep, you're right, that face.
So I'm gonna show you how we related. I'm gonna show you how we related to this motherfucker. Everybody.
What? Is that your cousin? Just a
You
cousin?
know what I'm saying? So here go a seed of Cthulhu right here, I believe.
All right.
So I believe the picture is fucked up or look like that in the earth. That's what I think. But I believe that this creature thing here is one of these seeds from Cthulhu. He got a Cthulhu face. He got tentacles hanging out his mouth.
Man, look at that shit right there.
It looks like it's like in the air. Well, that's the actual tentacles.
So Pete, this how I'm gonna show you how this related to people. Peep his hand. You see how his hand, you see it got that space in between his hand, and then you can see the darkness in this foot. Like he got a space in his foot, right? So I believe that in recessive genes, all genes that are recessive were prominent at a particular time. So the only reason why they're recessive now is because they're not prominent anymore. So when recessive genes show back up, it's an old trait that shows back up. Damn, I don't know where my white homie with this complex is at. Cause I always want to be fair and shit. And so there's a white dude. There he is. Fair and balanced, like Fox News.
Right.
Game. And game compared to that so-called monster and shit. You see that?
That's crazy, bro. They look like tentacles too.
So I think that picture on the right got that Cthulhu face, even though it's really hard to tell. I think that's what that is, based on the shadow and the coloration and shit, and a strong hunch. So yeah, that's that.
That's interesting.
So you know what? Let me see if I can find one more interesting key thing here for y'all while we here. So recently I did a stream and I put this picture up. And I just want to try it one more time to see if it fits according to my memory. What I think it means.
Mm-hmm. Yo, these pictures red squid popping up, man. You putting the puzzle together.
Yeah. Connecting the dots.
So look at this mutant right here. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm trying. Look at this mutant right here, right?
What the?
Now I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna zoom. Did that look like the same ear?
Huh.
With that
Wow.
line in it?
Wow. Huh. This is interesting. I mean, I'm looking at it on my big screen TV, and man, that looks wow.
That line, that shit catch my ear. So catch my attention. So I'm thinking that's like a marker of some sort that this is a mutant. I might be reaching though, but it's like this line in the ear, right? So this is a mutant, definitely. Isn't that pretty? Let's look at, since you got the big screen on, let's zoom in on his face. Look at that.
Cute as fuck.
They cut his nose off.
Why are you showing your album?
They cut his nose off. Isn't that ugly?
Handsome motherfucker.
Handsome. I'm gonna show you the whole body so you can see. Have you seen the whole body before?
No.
It's not even a whole body. It's like, but how I described it was like a goddamn piece of or an organic piece of a computer, and that's all it was for, used for its sensors and shit or whatever. It's organic sensors. So I'm gonna bring you a picture of the corpse itself in totality.
That was a crop picture.
No. This is just a close up. So here's the account posted on social media.
Oh shit! The fuck?
It says, I wasn't going to post this, but I can't stop trying to figure out what the fuck this thing is. I heard something scream at like 11:30 last night, and I went on my side yard and found this thing. It was dead when I found it. Share with your friends.
Oh, this is a picture you took?
No, this is Gianna Peponis.
Oh, I see. You were reading off the. I thought that was you. I was like, what?
Oh, hell no, not me. I would be rich by now,
Okay.
goddamn. I would have put it in my fridge.
That is crazy.
That's a mutant. You can't say that shit ain't no mutant, yo. It's just an organic piece of computer that they threw out. That they discarded somehow. It don't have no.
Dreaming.
It don't have no purpose for real, except for to be a piece
Oh,
of.
it must have been just been born then.
No,
Right? Might have come out.
no, it don't have no purpose but to serve as a head to a computer, to something that was attached to it. You see what I'm saying? It's like growing, you know what I mean? Like growing half a frog.
Right. Okay, I see what you mean. That's one ugly mother. You know.
Looks like an undeveloped fetus.
Yeah, that's what it looks like an undeveloped fetus.
It's underdeveloped, whatever it is. You see, you see that these arms have no work to them, but the head and the neck, that shit is fully grown. Like, yeah, it's out the
Looks
lab.
like legs and no arms.
Yeah. So I saw a picture in here that related to that mermaid joint. And we were talking about test tubes. And, you know, our ancients was into some fuck shit when they come to creating things. So it's like,
I think those are legs.
Yeah,
when you see motherfuckers in jars. Well, he ain't going nowhere. They're useless. You know, he can't go nowhere. He definitely can't go nowhere, yo. So, you know what I'm saying?
Looks like it's got a hole there.
At the bottom?
Right. It could be a fuck bot. You're right. A little sex toy for aliens.
What?
This guy.
You know, you can't put none past these nasty motherfuckers. Like, what if we create mutants and the mutants want to fuck something? And it's like, here, take this jar of Play-Doh and put a face on it.
Play-Doh.
Maybe it's motherfuckers willing to kill you.
Maybe it's an underwater prostitute.
And that look just like them shits underwater, man. I swear. The skin texture and all that, right on point.
Where's this jar? So they go to jar, and after this, I'm gonna go right back and show you a cryptid taken from Google Earth, showing something in the water. But you see this? This is an alchemy. This is an alchemy jar, and they got the little flower at the top, just like the other joint. And you see the motherfucker in there with wings. He got red hair, so you know he's a red-headed bastard. and he in a jar. That means they made this motherfucker, man. You know, they created these avatars. They done created test tube babies, literally a test tube baby. And so they make these motherfuckers. It's called, let me see, it's called a homunculus. I keep on saying that's the last, but hold on, I'm gonna show you. And so check this out. When you look, and I use the Barno Monte map a lot. I ain't even gonna lie as far as
What is that?
reference.
What is that?
The Urbano Monte map. Urbano Monte map of the earth. And it's hella interesting. They got a lot of mermaids and devils and cyclops and giants and all this other shit. So evidently this is in goddamn Latin, and we don't have on panel. But here go another picture of this goddamn rendition. It's like the same shit, but it's a different picture though. Showing you a motherfucker in there with wings, like a little baby, over some fire. Like they heated up some skeet and made some shit happen. Like these demons get in there. Anyways, so fuck all that. So this is what it is, a homunculus. You see, it's a test tube baby. Oops. It's a test tube baby. Oops, wait. Hold on. There we go. So it's like, let me see. Let me do this so y'all can get a better idea. So, bomb, what you got here is exactly what in with these bottles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a homunculus is a goddamn a homunculus is a test tube baby, basically. An alchemist did these type of experiments to try to create something like a new thing. Look at AI delete all my pictures. Son of a bitches. Them motherfuckers deleted all my shit. Yo, they deleted all my shit just now, one by one. Like, yeah, motherfucker, we gonna close all these windows, bitch. And I'm like, who you calling a bitch? You know what I mean? So let me get back to the topic on underwater monsters for Knowledge Uprising, and I'm gonna just put up a picture of a suspect creature seen on Google Earth, and maybe y'all could put in y'all 2 cents of what y'all think that shit is.
That looks like Cthulhu.
That shit is pale white. Like ain't got no color to it. Like that shit don't have no relationship with sunlight at all. And it look like it got red eyes, which would mean it's like an albino, or it come from a place where there ain't no light at all.
Well, it does look like it has tentacles. That's. Well, damn. It looks like it goes further out. Just a small piece of a bigger body. What's the highlight part of the bottom? Do you know? Maybe it's connected to it.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be its tentacles if they
Could
reach
be
that.
part of his tentacles or part of his arms or legs, or
Mm-hmm.
because the way the image that is circled, look like the tentacles going out straight out. It looks go straight out at it.
That would make for some pretty long tentacles.
Who's to say? It could be long as fuck, like
Yeah, and that's probably just the part they could pick up on
yeah, like the squid. Squid has long
radar camera,
tentacles. And I don't mean you, squid.
Oh, thank you. No shots. Yo
All of
got
a
a
sudden,
big
the
ass
hand
head.
comes out and grabs Misael, eh?
Yo got a big ass head though, y'all. That bitch look long.
That's what she said.
Yo got the cone head shit going on.
The mantle.
I mean, let's. I mean, I don't know, yo. Like, let's look into that cone head shit. I mean, listen. I mean, I know that octopus don't got no they don't got
Brains
no skull.
or skull? Yeah, that's what I meant. Skull.
Apparently, an octopus has 9 brains.
What?
Probably one for each arm and one for its head.
Wow. No, it don't got no brain in its head. I think its eyes are a brain. Because he don't got no brain for the head at all.
The octopus.
Right.
What about a squid?
They kind of shape differently.
Squid has 10 arms.
So you talk about cone heads. See, the octopus can go forward or backward, so it could work as a cone head or a big nose. But when you see images like this, one thinks to tend to think that that's the head. But really, it's like a big nostril, big nose and shit.
I wonder
But it
what
can go-
Roger on American Dad represents.
Well, he definitely got the big head, though. An
He's got
androgynous being.
Yeah, he's got the bowling pin physique and the big head.
Like Akhenaten, the Egyptian.
It does look like snake eyes. How How he wears the mask.
Mm-hmm. That was a lovely lineup. That was a lovely little lineup, Snake Eyes. I mean, you mean what's his face?
Oh yeah, yeah. Not Snake Eyes.
King
What's that?
Cobra.
King
Cobra
Cobra.
Command.
Yeah. Cobra Command. Yeah, that's right.
So back in my Cthulhu searching days, I figured that he got wings. I mean, he got feathers. Like he grow feathers, and that was the reason why we see feathers. And they go a crop circle. I'm not saying that these are feathers, but they kind of look like feathers. There are crop circles showing a motherfucking bird.
What you think the meaning behind them crop circles really is?
What was that, Knowledge?
I said, what you think the crop circles are really meant for? You know,
That looked like
confuse
Mayan.
people.
So the style looks like it's Mayan.
So it would
I
have
don't
been.
know. I think they're type graffiti. I think they're graffiti from archons.
Hey, Misael, the
What?
Mayans say that the red-haired giants built the pyramids.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
And isn't Aztec older than Mayan?
No,
I don't know.
No. Oh.
no. I think Aztec is after Maya.
Yeah, that's when they were starting to spread out.
I think it might have been before and after.
Mm-hmm. You know, the system cult is all about ass technology.
That's true.
So I don't know why they would draw a fucking bird with all they goddamn skills and shit.
But
You
what
know,
does bird? What does a bird represent, really?
Cthulhu.
Yeah, that bird has a significant meaning.
Right? Flight.
Hey, what's that magic Mexican bird
It would have
called?
been something we wouldn't have never thought of.
There's that magic Mexican bird. It's green, and it makes a special sound. And they say when you go up to those pyramid steps and clap your hands, the sound that bounces off the steps sounds just like that bird.
But birds are known to mimic sound also. So it's possible that they mimic the sound.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's uncanny if they designed the stone like that, so that when you clap, it sounds just like the bird.
Well, I mean, there's many birds that can mimic sound. I used to, well, my old place where I used to live at, there was a tree in front of my house. There's always birds. I used to just go up there and whistle. They always whistle just like I did.
There's ravens around here, and they imitate everything. They imitate dogs and everything.
Oh, even the ambulances, when you go, the sirens.
Yo, remember that picture of the creature with the hands?
Uh-huh.
They go one on a coin. You see how his hands spread out like that?
So yeah, that's interesting.
Here go the tree. I think this represents the earth somehow. And then at the bottom is a bird type thing. You notice the bird, look, it got little tentacles and shit. You see that? So here go the bottom of the picture showing the earth and shit, and this got at the bottom is this bird. This shit look like it could be a Cthulhu. Look, I got some wings to it. It's hard to make out. But this is at the bottom of the earth. The bottom of the earth, according to this map that I showed before. So it's like, why would the motherfuckers draw a goddamn picture of a bird and they got the technology to do crop circles if it wasn't talking about this motherfucker? I don't know what bird-like creature is that popular.
I could see the bird depiction.
The one on the left looks strangely familiar, that pattern. I'm wondering where I saw that before.
Mm-hmm. You're right. It does. I don't know. Here go from Japan. This is Japanese. Now that I look at it, this ain't got shit to do with what we'll be talking about. It's just got hella arms.
You know like
saying?
a skeleton almost.
But there is a Hindu picture, though. It shows the tentacles of a squid. And I thought that this was the one. But at the end, see, squids got two arms. They got many tentacles, but they got two arms in particular, and they both got like these little hooks at the end of them. And there was this Hindu picture showing that shit. And that can't mean anything but a fucking squid. So here's an immortal hydra. And these things don't die unless they're consumed. But they grow old and then they go back to growing back into a baby with the Benjamin Button effect. I'm sorry, I don't know why that shit went to that. Let me see if I can do that again.
I also got Mike's live on. He's commentating the Wilder fight. Five arms, eh?
That shit ugly, man.
That's got five arms, right?
The best picture. Yeah.
That's odd, having odd number of arms.
Yeah, so that's it on that. So that tentacle concept is really heavy. Like,
have you seen the factories where they milk the horseshoe crabs for their blue blood for medicine?
yeah, I got a picture of that. I just showed it not too long ago by accident. They're blue bloods.
And that hydra is blue too.
Well, I don't know. The hydra come in many colors. I think they was using an electron microscope to show that shit.
How big are those things?
They're small. They're really small. They kind of like maybe the size of plankton and shit. Maybe a little bit, maybe bigger than that, actually.